Find the equation of a line passing through these 2 points. Again, your biggest hint is you're given 2 coordinates. So when you're given 2 coordinates, what comes to mind? Yeah, slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. By now you have to know how to, by now you need to know the formula. Okay, any point is an x and a y. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So when you sub it in, 2 minus 8 over negative 2 minus negative 5. Okay, so you get negative 6 over plus 5, so 3. Alright, so your slope is negative 2. Okay, I have my slope. I want to find, so as you guys know, y equals mx plus b. Y equal mx plus b. I need to know what b is. I have m, but I don't have b. So I have to put in one of these points. Looking at these two, this one looks like the easier one to do. So I'm going to plug in 2 for y, negative 2 for m, negative 2 for x. So you get 2 equals 4 plus b. So b is negative 2 as well. Okay? So then your equation, y equals negative 2x minus 2. Right? Next one, find the equation of the line with a slope of 2 that goes through this point. So exactly the same thing, this part right here. So y equals mx plus b. This is your x, this is your y, this is your m. Okay? So negative 3, 2, 4, negative 3 equals 8 plus b. So when you move it over, you get negative 11. So you have m, you have b. So what's my equation? Let's see. Hussein. So if I have my m, I have my b. What's my equation? This is my m. This is my b.
So 2, 2x,
Right. Alright, so let's get out your package too so that you can follow along as well. Right, 48. Find the equation of the line that is parallel to this and goes through this point. Okay, so it's very similar questions. You need the slope of this. Is my slope here 4? No, because this is not in y equals mx plus b form. So my very first step is to rearrange this equation. Okay, so I want it in y equals mx plus b form. So I have to move that negative 4x. I have to move the 4x over. I have to move the 2 over. And then I can divide everything by 5. Right? So now I get my slope, which is negative 4 over 5. It's parallel. Parallel means that it has the same slope. So I just use this as my slope. This is my x, this is my y. So I sub it into y equals mx plus b. So y is negative 3, m is negative 4 over 5, x is 5. Okay. And then the 5 cancels out. So you're left with this. And then when you move that over, you get b to be 1. Okay, so try this. This is my m, this is my b, so what's my equation? y equal, this is my m, this is my b, so put it in y equals mx plus b form. Good. All right, but let's follow along as well so that you're not caught off guard. Oh, this doesn't matter because all I want is the slope out of this. So I don't care about the y-intercept. So basically what you were asked is you're given a line like this and you want to find the equation of a red line that is parallel to it with a y-intercept of -1. So that's what you were looking for. This, +1. So, let me just fix this. So this is -2. I mixed up the two lines. All right, so you were given this line, and you wanted to find the equation of this line, which is parallel to it with a y-intercept of 1. Okay, that's why we didn't care about the -2/5. Okay, find the x and y-intercept. How do we find that? To find the x-intercept? Yep. What is that one variable? To find x-intercept? So if we're finding x, right, and then if we want to find y, perfect. Okay, so when y is 0, that means your equation becomes this, right? 5 times 0 is 0, so it becomes this. So when you divide it, x equals 5. All right, and then here, when x is 0, that means your equation is this. So then y equals 4. Right. So what should I write right here? Should I write 5, 4? Should I write that? 5, 0. Right. These are your x and y intercepts. You just found 2 intercepts, not 1 point. So your x-intercept is 5 and 0. And your y-intercept is 0, 4. Good. Okay, so again, don't combine them together and say, oh, I found a point. You cannot draw a line with 1 point. Can you draw a line with this info? Do I have 2 points? Yes, yeah, I have 2 points. My x-intercept is 1 point, my y-intercept is 1 point, I can draw my line. All right, but if you just put it together as 1 point, I can't draw a line. Okay, 50. Data has been collected from a basketball player. The following table shows the number of successful jump shots this Michael made at different distance. Identify the independent and dependent variable. So which one is independent? Yeah. Right. So x and y, x is always your independent, so distance. And then shots made. The number of baskets you made could probably depend on the distance away from the basket. Okay, so graph the data, so plot these points. Before I can plot any of these points, what do I need to do? Yeah. Label, okay, so label this. What else? Okay, good. Title. What would your title be? Ooh. Right. It's always y depends on x, right? So y versus shots versus distance. If you write it if you write it the other way, you're saying that distance depends on the shot. Yeah.
Wait, so X is always differential?
Always.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And now what? So this was a big hit. So label your axis. It even tells you to label it. What else? The numbers. That's right. Okay. What is this number right here? 0. Okay. So even though your first number is 3, you don't start off at 3 right there. This is always 0, 0 on both sides. Right? And then you can think of your scale. So looking at here, 3 to 11, I think it's good to go by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And then looking at this, I need to go from 1 to 22. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, I think we could do. I think we could just still do that. We're off by a little bit, but it's okay. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Oh, perfect. Okay. So now plot the points. 3 and 22. 3, 22. 4 and something. Don't worry about that. 5 and 17. 5 and 17. 6 and 14. 7, 15. Okay. 8 and 10. 8 and 10. 9 and 4. 9 and 4. 10 and 3. 11 and 1. Okay. Draw a line or curve of best fit. So, who says draw a line? Who says draw a curve? Oh, so I guess nobody drew anything. Let's ask that again. How many of you drew a line of best fit? How many of you drew a curve of best fit? Good. Okay, so line of best fit it is. Okay. So when I say line of best fit, am I connecting the dots and seeing if I can get a pattern of some sort? No. How many line am I drawing? 1. Just 1. Okay. Does it have to go through all the points? No. Just go through. Okay, so like this. Technically, I shouldn't go through here because you cannot make negative shots. Should stop right there. Okay. So go through most of the points, about the same number of points above and below your line. That's a line of best fit. Right. So we drew a line of best fit. Is the relationship linear or non-linear then? Okay, so this is a tricky question. Okay, even though we drew a line of best fit, I would say this is non-linear because it doesn't go through every single point. Okay, because it doesn't go through every single point. It doesn't mean it's quadratic, it's just neither. So, okay. So even though it's a nonlinear graph, you can still draw a line of best fit. Okay, predict the number of shots he would make if he was 4 meters from the basket. 4 meters, right here. 1, 2, How many baskets does it look like he's gonna make, Amy? 19. Is that a good percentage? Looks pretty good. So at 4 meters, 19 shots made. If you were to write this as a coordinate, it's like 419, like this. Is this interpolation or extrapolation? Inter, yeah, because it's within your data. Okay. Okay, on to geometry. Uh-oh, I forgot the formula for volume of a prism. What should I do? Formula sheet. That's right. You are given the formula sheet. So don't stress out. It is at the back of your, it is on the back of your exam. So yes, you can tear out this page. It's gonna look exactly like this. This is the only page that you should rip off from your exam. Okay, so I want the volume of a prism. What's the formula? What's the formula? Yep.
Base times the DLH.
Say that again. Sorry.
For the
Volume of a
rectangular.
Right.
I was looking at the triangle.
Right, left hand straight times height. So this is a common mistake people do too. Like you're given the formula sheet, but then you picked up the wrong formula, and then the whole question is wrong. All right, so make sure you be careful with the formula sheet. Pick up the right one. Length times width times height. So this is simply just 6 times 9 times 8. Doesn't matter because you're just multiplying. And 6 times 9 times 8, 432. Full marks? Now full marks? How about now? Still no, right? So you have to have the right unit. Volume is cube. Right. So I'm telling you, it's like after 4 months, I'm still taking marks off people's tests because they don't have units. All right. This is a triangular prism. Okay. Okay, which one would it be? Formula. Jasmine, which formula would you use? Perfect, right. So either this one or this one. They're both the same. I like that one more. So base times length times height divided by 2. So since again we're just multiplying, doesn't matter which is which. Okay, divided by 2. So 4 times 10 times 3 divided by 2, 60 centimeter cube. All right. These should be nice, easy marks on the exam. You might see it in the multiple choice. You might see it in the open response question, but it should take you no more than like 2 minutes to do. Okay, these ones, surface area is the harder one. Okay, this tense right here, what's the formula for this tense? Okay, remember this is the formula that I said I hate because it doesn't make sense. All right, so with this one, what I would do instead is just break it up into parts. Okay, Do I have all the info? No. Okay. I don't know the height of this triangle. So if I don't know the height of the triangle, Pythagorean, good job. You paid attention. Alright, so for the height, we're doing the this triangle right here. Okay, I know that the diagonal here is 5. Alright, so this is 5. What is the bottom? 3. Good job. Right. Okay, that's the height of the triangle. So since I'm looking for the height, am I doing the adding or subtracting? Subtracting. Good. H equals square root 5 square minus 3 square. So 25 minus 9 root 16. So that means your height there is 4. Right? Now I have all the information. Right? So let's do the area of the triangle. Base times height divided by 2. So 6. So now it's 6 again. Remember, you're looking at the big picture. 6 times 4 divided by 2. So you get 12. Good. Okay. This side, the rectangle on the side right here, it's length times width. It's just a rectangle. So 10 times 5, which is 50. Okay. And then the bottom, the base, the bottom is also another rectangle. What's the dimension of the base? 6 times 10. So 60. Okay. So should I just add up all these? What's the trick, Margaret? Right. How many sides is in this shape? 5. So I should add up 5 numbers. So I actually have 2 triangles, 2 rectangles, and 1 base, 1 bottom. So 12 plus 12 plus 50 plus 50 plus 60, I get 184. Full marks. What's my unit? Centimeter square. Good. Alright, seems like a lot of work, but it's doable. That's why you see that this question is worth more. So a question like this probably worth like 4 marks on the exam. Right. Next, what shape is this called? Cone. I want the surface area of a cone. What's the formula? Surface area of a cone. You're looking at the formula sheet. Is your head? Plus pi rs. Pi rs. Okay, so pi r squared plus pi rs. But what did I say in this diagram? No bottom. So what does that mean? Yeah, no circle. Okay, so the pi r squared part is the circle part, right? So that means the formula that I'm going to use is just simply pi r s, like this. Okay, do I have s though? No. Alright, so Ivan, how do I find s? Pythagorean theorem. Wow, you're so smart. How did you guess? Yeah, well, every time that you're not given something, it's always Pythagorean theorem. So this is 24. This is what we're trying to find, the s. What's the bottom here? 5, yeah. So that's, oh, actually, okay. Slanted height. Oh, the 5 and the S looks very. Can you tell that's a S now? I want to make sure you don't think this is both 5s. Okay, so since I'm looking for the slanted height, that means I'm doing the adding one. So 24 square plus the 5 square. Okay, so 24 times 24 plus 25, 601. So then the slanted height is 20. Did you guys use 5 or 10 for the radius? You use 10? Yeah, well, this one is actually not clear, so I don't know if, yeah. Because I'm thinking, does it look more like, I think it looks like 10. It looks like that the radius is 10. Yeah. On the exam, you won't see something confusing like this. Yeah, so sorry. I will specify. So we'll say that the radius is 10 in this case. Okay, so 24 times 24 plus 100, 676. So when you square root it, yeah, you get 26. That makes more sense. Okay, so now subbing it back in, 3.14 times your radius, which is 10, times the s, which is 26. And so you get, on the exam, it will say to use 3.14 for pi. Okay, you get this? So if I say round to the nearest tenth, what would your final answer be? 0.4, yeah. 816.4 centimeters square. If I say round to the nearest whole, 816. Okay, so that's it for the geometry. For the rest of the class, let's work on these because I know you have your geo exam tomorrow. Okay, so just these ones. You can definitely finish these in class. It's not a lot. And then, yeah, and then you don't have to worry about it tonight. And then we'll basically take up all of these by tomorrow, Friday. So then over the weekend, you have the whole package that you can study on. You have the EQAO package that you can study on. And yeah, okay.